All right, so here we have the LG G Flex. Now this is running Android 4.2.2 Jelly Bean. It's not KitKat. It will be coming very soon, or so LG tells us. But let me start talking about things that I do like about the LG G Flex. Now we start off with a notification menu. Again, very similar to the G2 in terms of layout, almost completely identical. There is a cool feature in the actual menu system for all your quick settings for your toolbar anyway. You can select what you want to show up and also the position of where the application. So if you use battery saver so much, you can actually move it all the way up. And so if we move it up here, we go back. And now battery saver is the first option we have. Now, the second one is called QSlide. Now, generally, I don't like this because, one, it's kind of limited to what you can actually run, and there's a much better multi-window-esque application that we'll talk about in just a little bit. So, QSlide, anyways, gives you options for, like, simple applications like videos, phone, messaging, email, memo, voicemate, file manager, calculator, calendar. Again, very simple applications. You can also edit these, and you can list whatever you want in order or which ones you actually want to show up. Now, one annoying thing that I don't like about this is, you see how there's two settings icons? Which one would you push to go into the settings? Well, if you didn't look high enough, you would push this one and boom, it takes you to a volume controller. Same problem on the G2. This one's actually your settings. They kind of moved it from, it was actually right above the settings for the volume to this one. So it makes a little bit more sense. Still kind of confusing. I'm not exactly sure why we need a settings for audio on your toolbar, but I guess you can live with it there. Now let's get into the settings of a G Flex here. Now there's a couple of cool things that you could do. Now the first one I want to talk about is one-handed operation. It's kind of an odd thing to see because this is a large phone. It's 6 inches in terms of size, but a really cool little feature here is swipe front touch buttons to move position. So if I was using it on my right hand and I need all the buttons to go this way, boom, I can actually, just do that, and I will have my home button, my back button, and my menu button right over right hand corner. So if I'm using my phone one-handed, I can actually get access to all of these right from there. So really cool option for anyone who wants to use this one-handed. Again, this is a pretty large phone. My hands are pretty small, but this is a very big phone. So the second one I want to talk about is the multi-window feature, and you actually use it by holding down the back button, and there you go. So it's a little bit different from the multi-window on the Samsung Galaxy Note 3. So we'll drag up Chrome on the top, or we'll try to drag up Chrome. So we'll put Chrome there, and we want to run YouTube on the bottom. And there we go. So very similar to multi-window, almost identical to multi-window actually. And we'll go search here. We'll just search PhoneDog. We'll go to PhoneDog here. And then we'll browse the web while we're looking at this. And, it's very similar to the multi-window experience on TouchWiz. Again, it's very fluid. There's not really any lag. We'll skip this ad. And there you go. Very similar to the multi-window aspect on TouchWiz. Now, in terms of performance, this has a 2.3 gigahertz quad-core processor, running applications like Google Chrome, for example, pretty simple. Now, PhoneDog.com is a very heavy website, especially for mobile Google Chrome, and phones like even the Note 3 has a lot of trouble running their website very smoothly, and this phone, again, it's pretty quick overall. If you scroll really quickly, you can get it to lock up a couple times. That's just something with Google Chrome. It happens on almost all Android devices. And one thing about the battery is it is a non-removable battery. It's a pretty large 3,000 milliamp hour battery. It lasts almost all day. I mean, I've been using this thing for almost 2 days straight, and I have about 50% left of battery. Now, I am kind of guilty of going back to my iPhone for a couple of hours, only to use iOS 7.1 because it just rolled out today. But overall, I mean, it's been a very almost fault-free experience in terms of software. Now, there's only a couple of hiccups when it comes to multitasking or running a lot of applications. I think this phone is a little too quick for its own software. I think I can say that because it is a very fast quad-core processor and it has 2 gigabytes of RAM, so it's very fast and very powerful, but sometimes the animations can get ahead of itself and the phone will actually lock up. Now, I've had this phone lock up about 3 times so far in the past 19 days, and when I mean lock up, I mean I had to shut this phone down to get it to unlock because the screen was completely unresponsive. So that might be a little wearisome for a couple people. I'm not exactly sure if it's just my device that's affected, but I have noticed that. Now, other performance in terms of bench testing here, this is a Geekbench 3, a pretty standard bench tester for basically Android, iOS, any device you can name. I got 868 for single core and 2,245 for your multi-core thread. Again, it just kind of shows you the power coming off here. One processor, 4 cores at 2.27 gigahertz, basically 2.3, and 2 gigabytes of RAM. Pretty quick for general. Most phones will get around the 700 mark. I think the Note 3 gets a slightly faster score on the multi-core thread score. But other than that, daily experiences, nothing to be worried about other than those really weird kinks in the software, especially for multitasking. But other than that, it's been a very good device. So also let me know what you guys want to see from the LG G Flex Challenge in future videos. We only have, 9 days left in the G Flex Challenge. So let me know what you would like to see